Hi everybody, it's Mo from Natureal Muma, and today I want to show you how to make your own lotion or body butter. So let's talk about the ingredients and the supplies that you're going to need to do that. First things first, you're going to need to make sure that you have a double boiler or a metal or glass bowl that you're going to put into a pot with boiling water, over a pot of boiling water. If you don't have those options, you can also do what I'm doing here, which you can get a big pot, a bigger pot, put water in that pot and put the pot in it. Now the reason you want a double boiler or you want to do it this way is because you want to make sure that you melt the ingredients just to melt them. You don't want to overheat them because then you lose the nutrients that's in the ingredients. So to make your own lotion body butter, you're going to need a moisturizing butter. So that could be shea butter, cocoa butter, as your moisturizing butter, and even mango butter you can use. You're also going to need a coconut oil. You're also going to need a liquid oil. So that could be jojoba oil, avocado oil, grapeseed oil, you know, argan oil. It could be any liquid oil that you want to choose. You're also going to need a jar to store it in, and you're also going to need an electric hand mixer, and that's to whip it up so that it can get nice and creamy like a body butter slash lotion. So now you're going to need a quarter cup of liquid oil. So I have jojoba oil today in here. I'm doing a quarter cup of coconut oil. The jojoba oil is just good. It's just good for the whole body, hair, skin, face. It's just very moisturizing oil. So I like to use the jojoba oil. And that's why I'm choosing it for this. The coconut oil, antiviral, antibacterial, anti-inflammatory. So it'll be perfect for people who have skin conditions, and it's also very cleansing and as well as moisturizing. And I have unrefined shea butter. This is half a cup. And if you wanted to mix your butters, like you say you wanted to do half mango butter, half shea butter, half cocoa butter, half cocoa butter, half shea butter, then you would just cut this in half, so you do a quarter cup of each butter that you're using. But I like to use the shea butter, only because especially if for those people who might not want that strong aroma that comes from the cocoa butter. I absolutely love cocoa butter. I love the way it smells. But some people may not like that chocolatey aroma that it gives, because it will overpower the other scents, because it is such a strong aroma that the cocoa butter gives. So you can choose to use, you can even it out, or you could choose to use like let's say a quarter, 70, like 25%, 75% mix when you're using cocoa butter, just so that the scent or the aroma is a little lightened. So it's all about creating your own recipe. This is just basically a base recipe that you can use. So you can use a quarter cup of each, a quarter cup of mango butter or shea butter, or you can choose to use half a cup of your butter of choice. So half a cup of shea butter, what we're using today, a quarter cup of coconut oil, and a quarter cup of jojoba oil. So now you have your double boiler ready, or your bowl in your pot that you're going to use to warm it up. And what we're going to do is just simply put these ingredients into your bowl, your pot, or your double boiler. I'm just making sure I get everything in there. And then we're going to put the liquid oil. turn it on. And if you are doing this on the stove top, you want to do this on a low temperature. Don't go into the medium range, stay into the low range on your stove top. Because again, we're not trying to overheat these ingredients, because we don't want to take the nutrients out of it. If you overheat these ingredients, you lose the nutrients, which would defeat the whole purpose of making the body butter or lotion. And just while we're waiting for that to warm up a little bit, just want to talk to you for a minute about the importance of making your own homemade lotion and body butter. It's just like everything else that I talk about here on my channel. It's all about natural ingredients that's free from chemicals, that's free from those harsh chemicals that can cause, other problems internally in the body. And with that being said, anything that we put on our skin is absorbed directly into our bloodstream. So we have to be, careful about what body products we're using, even down to soaps, lotions, grease for our hair or hair butter, anything that we're putting directly on our skin that will eventually enter in through our pores in our skin and get into our bloodstream. So it's very important that even if you're not making your own products, that you purchase products from reliable sources and make sure that you're checking those ingredients to make sure that they have natural ingredients in them, so that you know what you're putting directly on your skin. But as always, the only way you know 100% what you're putting on your skin is when you make it yourself, or you buy from a reputable company that you know is all about natural products. So I'm gonna let this melt down, and after it's melted down, I'll come back and we'll go to the next step. So as you can see, it's all the ingredients are almost all the way melted. So what I'm going to do is take this whisk and just spin it around to try and not speed up the process, but make sure that the heat distribution melts the remaining amount, so we're not overheating the portions that are already melted. Once everything is melted, we're going to add our essential oils to scent this, and then put this in the refrigerator for about an hour to 2 so that it can harden. So now it is completely melted. As you can see, everything's all melted. You want to remove it from the heat right away so that it is not overheating. And let me just get a pot holder so that I can cover this area. Alright, so as you can see, we have it here. I'm putting it on the pot holder because I don't want the heat from the stove top here to continue to heat this up. So now we're going to scent this with essential oils of your choice. I usually recommend people use lavender. Lavender can be used on all ages. So lavender is definitely something that you may want to give a try in your first batch of homemade lotion / body butter. So you want to put about maybe anywhere between 10 to 30 drops. And the reason I'm saying that is because it depends on the potency and the strength of the essential oils that you're using. If you're using very strong essential oils, you can use less drops. If you're using essential oils that may not be as strong, then you have to use more drops. So just as a safe safety net, you might want to stick to 20 drops. If you're using more than one oil, do 10 of each. Or if you just want to, like I said, it's all about creating your own recipe and you want one scent to be stronger than the other, then you can determine just how many drops of each essential oil you want to use. But if you're just using one oil, 20 drops of lavender would be just fine for this recipe. So I may have put a little bit more in that one, and that's fine. I'm using 2 oils today, and this is to go with one of my soaps. This body butter will be a scent to match one of the soaps that I currently sell. This particular essential oil I'm using, this will be a frankincense and myrrh scent, and myrrh tends to be more of a thick syrupy texture in the essential oil, and that's normal. So now once you have all of that in, you have your essential oils in, you're going to give it another good stir with the whisk to make sure that we get the essential oils mixed in really well with that. You can take a little sniff of it to make sure that it is at the scent that you would like. And if it is at the scent that you would like, then you're all good to go. You're going to put this in the refrigerator. And then we'll come back in about an hour to 2, and we're going to whip this up. All right, so I'm back, and as you can see, it's been hardened. Just to show you, I'm turning it upside down, and it is completely hardened. So now it is all ready for us to whip this together. So this is where you're going to need to use your hand mixer. Okay, so everything has been whipped. I transferred the lotion / whipped body butter into an 8-ounce wide mouth mason jar, and it filled it up completely, and it also almost filled up another 8-ounce jar completely. So it makes almost about 2 8-ounce jars of lotion. Beneath this video, I'll also be sure to list the ingredients and where you can get them from, so that if you'd like to try this recipe, you can do so and just order your ingredients from the list that I have below this video. Also, a great thing about this is that you know that this can be stored for about up to 6 months, so you know that this will last you a very long time. And on top of that, a little goes a long way, so you don't have to use that much of the body butter or the lotion when you're lotioning yourself after a bath or before you go out. You can use very little and achieve great moisture for your skin. So that's it for this video. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one, guys.